Greetings and welcome to Pearls of Wisdom. I have a card reading for you today. As you can probably imagine, we have quite um, not difficult too, but it's also quite exciting what is happening in the moment. I mean, consider how long have we waited for changes to happen. So it's really something very special that is happening right now. And I also made a little graphic to explain something a little bit more because I also want to talk about karma, about what is going on in the world in the moment. And wait a second, I just have to open that. Okay. Ah, okay, wait a second. Share the screen. Okay, I didn't have the picture open, so it didn't share properly. Okay, so what we have here is the cards first. And if you look at the card already, the Wheel of Great Time. So this is the time is changing. Um, some like it's really in that the book is finished, that we are in the process of writing the last chapter and just bringing it to an end. And when we have the high tension, that is what is going on. And here we have to leave all those bones, and in that way also the past lives and everything behind us, so that this tidal wave, this pillar of fire, can bring in the new. And I want to go forward now to explain, first of all, what really is happening. We have, as you know, it has something to do with our past lives. It's a so-called reincarnation. And we identify ourselves. It's something that we call the ego. The personality is what we are in the moment. So, but this ego, this personality, is also an extension of our soul. Now, this bigger circle represents the soul. The smaller circle here would be my personality. That is like, imagine like a balloon that is squeezed out, but it is squeezed out even more. We have even like an oversoul, which is even a bigger balloon. And the essence of this oversoul is in our soul. And the essence of our soul is coming into our ego. So what is happening in the moment right now, like when this is me in this moment of time, there are many different other bubbles that we call past lives. But and here comes the big but. Um, these personalities has never been me. So the karma, the whole karma thing is actually not existing in a way, as also as people explain it. Like the soul first splits from the oversoul into a smaller unity. We can way the essence is coming down in a more slow vibration to be able to kind of give birth to that personality, to create that being that has an experience in the third dimension. Now, there was first, at one point, there was one personality. That one personality was in a lifetime walking the planet, and died and went back. So the essence of what this personality has experienced is back in the soul. And then a personality number two is being formed with this essence that already contain the experience of number one. And number three, again, is then takes that information into the lifetime of one and two, and so forth and so on. So each personality is own. It has never been this one, the one that you are now in this moment of time. It has never been you. And I think this is the most important to understand about what is happening now. And because what is happening now is that this personality dissolve. Now, remember, time does not exist. So that personality actually didn't die. They all are still having an experience. That book is still open in a way. And now we come to the final chapter, but the final chapter is for everyone, all of us. So the one here that you are in the moment is kind of absorbing the whole thing. So we can say these personalities, and not with all the details of the lifetime, but the essence of the experience is now being absorbed in this personality that we are now, that is now aware and living in this time of the energy shift. And when all these personality have been absorbed within us, and this is not that, again, you will not remember 100,000 lifetimes, but you might also have that experience that you have a lot of dreams in the moment. And this is what I experience very strongly, that I wake up from dreams that I'm very, very clear I know these people, and that I'm very clear that this is something that is me. But then I wake up and I can slowly move back into that personality and it fades away. But I have certain knowledge, certain knowing that I didn't have before. So this is like absorbing all that. And then will be the final step, in a way, that me, ego here, is melting back into the soul. Like I still have a physical body, but when I move into a higher dimension, like when we are moving in a fifth dimension, my body is changing too. So this is a state in between, like a 5D body. Let's put it, just for the explanation, the 5D body would be my soul body. And then the soul body also at one point will move back into that oversoul. There are also different soul fragments, yeah, we can say fragments that have existed will all melt back and bring all this experience back to that divine soul that we are. And so I know this sounds maybe complicated. I will put these pictures into the blog so you can look at them again. But this is what is happening now in this moment, when everything is coming into the now. And everything is melting into one big balloon, where all the experience, and not the details of every experience, but the essence of all of it is stored. And wonder, of course, it blows your mind. So the high tension is like that we absorb all these lifetimes, that we absorb all this knowledge into our own life, that finally we leave all the bones and everything behind, but all the information that is within the DNA that we are taking on is emerging in that new world that is emerging in the back that we can see here. And that tidal wave, in a way, this is the cleansing wave that is washing away all that what is not of essence, that also negative energy, you know. Well, say, for example, when you move into higher energy, the lower frequencies you don't take with you. So a lot of memories of negativity, of pain, of guilt, of sadness will not be here anymore. It's like day and night. When the night is over, and then in the horizon you can start to see the light coming up, up, up. There is still darkness, and there is a kind of a gray zone before it's light. And that's exactly what happened. In the light, you don't have the night anymore. And this is what is happening when we are moving into that higher dimension. What is very clearly shown in these cards, the negativity, the heaviness, it is a washing it all away. It's gone. And we take only the essence of the experience, what we had with us into that higher dimension. And this is, in a way, the beauty of what is happening now, especially for those who are really in a higher timeline ascending now, the here and now moment. See that it is slaying all these ego parts that are connected with a low frequency. It is slaying away all the old skulls, all the eyes are flying away. This is a symbol of eyes. It's like we don't see things anymore as we have seen them before. Everything is shifting, everything is changing. And the higher consciousness level we move on, the more different we perceive things. And something which is also quite interesting and in my opinion, very important to understand is that the moment that when we move into a higher frequency, also those negative feelings, they will go away. You won't know hatred anymore. You don't know fear anymore. So as long as your life is fear-based and you're afraid of this and that, that means your consciousness level has not evolved yet into a higher dimension. Because when you live in a higher dimension, we are not in 5D, our body is still in that transformation time. So we mind with our consciousness go in and out and in and out. We might have knowing, and I don't like to say knowledge. Knowledge is very much connected with what we learn and which is brainwashed. But that inner knowing that comes from the soul is already here. And this is helping us to digest and let go. Now, what happened in digestion? We eat something, that is something coming in, we digest it, and what we don't need, we eliminate again. And this is exactly the same. So what we keep is only the essence and not every detail. So the higher level, the higher you climb on these levels of consciousness, the less of density you take with you, it will dissolve. It's like when I melt ice. There is no more ice at the end, there is only water. And when it's even further up, there is only steam. So we can imagine this is the process that we are going now. And at the end, we are all steam. And when you compare steam with ice, you can see how the density, the frequency is changing, is shifting. So this is a good picture to imagine we become steam. And this is when we are living in a higher consciousness. So it's very easy for yourself to see, where am I? You just measure how much things you're still afraid of. Once you are completely coming into that moment of absolute trust, I know that all is as it meant to be. Whatever is coming into your life, then just face it, because this is something you still have to look at. Otherwise, it wouldn't be here. So just go step by step. You don't have to look far. It's actually right in front of your nose. You don't need to take care of others. That is one thing. In the contrary, let the others go and let them have their own experience. If you have loved ones, and if you really love them, let them go. Don't interfere in their journey. Usually I said in their karma, but in a way, like in this way, when you look at it, karma does not exist. This is also something that is dissolving. It was maybe a time where that belief system was serving us. And in a way, we can still say you will harvest whatever you have seeded. Like if I plant tomatoes, I harvest tomatoes and not the aubergine or whatever. So this is still that, but this is not in that way, that karma that, oh, I'm so guilty because in previous life I killed this and blah, blah, blah. No, you never did. You never did. You are here as a new personality, and now the essence of the old personalities that are all part of your soul, this essence is coming back in form of knowing. And again, not knowledge. It's not something you have learned. That's something that is. And that experience all come together. It's like when we have a huge book and we have 100 chapters. Now it's time to put all these chapters together to one book. I hope that makes sense. I know it's not so easy to understand what is happening now. And this is also because we have changes in the body. The whole body is shifting into another frequency. And please don't just go and run to the doctor if you have some symptoms. The best is to be on a little bit of a detox all the time. One thing that is really, really helpful and very easy to make is a cucumber, lemon, and a little bit of ginger, and put a glass of water, blend it finely, and drink that. This is helping. The ginger is also helping the stomach. It is helping you to eliminate toxins. And toxins are not just in the environment as physical toxins, but there's a lot of toxins also around, mental and emotional toxins around us, from people who are going through this transformation process and have no idea what's happening and go into fear. And they are all around. And if you're an empath, you know that this is what you can feel. So you have to allow, and I kind of strengthen your boundaries. You have to leave people who pull you down into fear. But what happened if, and all that kind of stuff. You have to let go. And if you are in situations, even family situations that are really abusive, it's time to go, because they will pull you down into a lower time frequency, into a lower timeline where you might not want to go. And this is not the time it's to worry about others, and worry is bad anyway, because everybody has chosen that moment in time, whatever is coming along, because that is what he or she has to experience. So you can support them, you can help them. And say, for example, if somebody's really sick, and you can maybe encourage people not to go to the hospital and go into this kind of therapy that is killing them off, but to go to consider to have some natural ways, natural remedies, energy remedies, homeopathy, acupuncture, acupressure, whatever, all these kind of things. But if they want to go, and I just had an experience with a lady that I knew very well, and she was very much on a more an alternative medicine way, and suddenly an auntie has cancer, and I talked to her, and she said, oh, no, no, she's not into chemotherapy. She wants to take some natural medicine. They have a Chinese background, which they have fantastic remedies, by the way. And now she's on chemo. And interestingly, we had a lunch appointment a couple of weeks ago, and she said that she has to go with her auntie to the chemotherapy and take care of her. But she will call me up for another appointment, and that's never happened. So in a way, I think she knows that that's not really the way to go. So we know by now, those who have done their homework and have looked at what is real healing and what is not, they know. And now is that time where really these timelines are splitting. There's no way anymore that you can take people with you, that if you love them, let them go. Let them go to their own timeline so they have a chance to move forward in their timeline into a higher timeline, step by step again. Because what has fallen, we know that is the false matrix, the false timeline, this negative insertion that happened into the divine timeline. So everybody has a chance to move on. Everybody in another timeline, no matter on what level, has a chance now to evolve in a proper divine way, not anymore held back by negative forces. Okay, I will put the pictures into my blog page, and I have a moon reading very soon for you. We have a full moon coming up on Saturday, and I look forward to see you again. Please give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much. See you again soon.